Hey, it's Tony here at Smart Toyota. Check this one out today, a 2024. This is your Toyota Corolla SE edition with the hybrid power plant. This thing is really quick. I have a gas engine version of this, and I got to tell you, the hybrid is much quicker and 47 miles per gallon. Hey, in this video, we're going to check out the exterior, and then later on the video, we'll dive inside and check out the interior. Here we go. The color on this one is Ruby Flare Pearl. Really great looking color. Big fan of this color. It is $425 extra, so let me know in the comments if you would pay extra for this color. Love the color. Not sure I love the upcharge. So on the 24 Corollas, we have all LED lighting now. So you've got the LED turn signals, LED daytime running lights, LED tail lights. Also, we have automatic high beams, automatic on and off for your headlights as well, and you can see those are a projector LED beam. I love the really low, sleek profile on those. The front bumper is largely painted color to match, except for the accents around here. So this is going to be a gloss black accent, and then down here there's an LED accent light. You can just see this strip light here. And that's not a fog light, so it's not bright enough to be a fog light. It really is for styling. And then that gloss black mesh grille. And then on the SE edition, you've got the automatic high beams and the dynamic radar cruise control. So some of those sensors are behind this black plate here. And then you know it's a hybrid because it's got the blue Toyota hybrid badge. There are some additional sensors up here in the windshield for your pedestrian detection, your pre-collision, lane tracing assist, and dynamic radar cruise control. So I love the new look on the front of this with the dark gray and the black. Come around to the side here. This is a newer style wheel they came out with in 23, I believe it was. It's kind of a charcoal gray, black painted. This is an 18-inch wheel on here. And you can see it does have the chrome lug nuts. I wish those were blacked out with the chrome Toyota badge. Four-wheel disc brakes, anti-lock brakes, traction control. It's all standard on there. And notice the tires are a really nice low profile tire. Really great for handling at higher speeds. It's a 225/40 series with a reinforced sidewall. So the SE is going to have more of a sporty ride, a little bit stiffer ride on there. Now this one's been upgraded with the factory mud guards on the front and the rear here. Those are $150 extra. And then notice your rocker panels are painted the same color as the wheels, and just really pops and makes it look nice. Color to match door handles, smart keyless entry system, so you don't need to take your keys out of your pocket. Just keep them in your pocket or your purse, grab the door handle, and it opens right up. Painted outside mirror caps, LED turn signals, breakaway mirrors with blind spot monitoring, and that's an upcharge. So that includes a rear traffic alert on here, and then these are heated outside mirrors. So that's an upcharge on the convenience package of $530 for several options, not just the heated mirrors and not just the blind spot monitoring. You can see we do have a kind of a UV protected light windows on here, scratch resistance here on your B pillar, and then black trim all the way around the windows. So I think the combination of that black trim, the smoked out wheels, really do a nice job. And I mentioned the mud guards here. It's a 4-package mud guard on the upcharge for $150. Color to match shark fin antenna up top, rear window defrost, an LED third brake light here, and then the SE edition does have the factory spoiler, low profile spoiler mounted right on the deck lid there, part of the SE trim package. Then we have LED tail lights. There's that blue hybrid badge. Now on the SE edition, the SE is red. They do offer a black package, so you can black that out, and then the hybrid is going to be in chrome. As far as this section here, it looks like it would light up, but it actually doesn't. chrome Corolla badge. There's a backup camera down under here, right here. And the trunk release, of course, and then you've got 2 license plate lights right there as well. And then in 23, they changed out the rear fascia here, the lower spoiler. They went with more of a flat versus the textured, and it kind of has that F1 look to it. Single side exhaust is here, dual chrome exhaust tips on here, and then these right here, those are your reflectors. Those are not lights. So let's go ahead up front. As I head toward the front, I want to let you know it is a fully independent front and rear suspension. I mentioned traction control. This is the front wheel drive edition. They also offer it in an all-wheel drive. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. So the hybrid on the SE edition, this is actually a smaller engine than you'll find on the gasoline. So this is a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder. The gasoline edition's a 2 liter 4-cylinder. They're both 16 valve engines, and they both are connected to a CVT automatic transmission. What I find interesting is the horsepower on this is 138 horsepower and 108 foot-pounds of torque. The gasoline engine is 169 horsepower and has even more torque. So there's about 30 more horsepower on the gasoline engine versus the hybrid 1.8. But what I found is I actually own the gasoline edition of this. And this smaller engine with less horsepower and less torque is quicker off the line. It's just faster when you step on it at a stoplight. Just because of the hybrid system, which is on this side of the compartment. So those electric motors kick in and they generate a lot of torque in a short period of time on demand. With the gasoline engine CVT, it almost like it winds up before it decides it's time to go. So me personally, I'm considering trading my gas for the hybrid because it is a quicker vehicle. The challenge is you don't always have the option of driving both of them because of inventory shortages. So I guess you'll just have to take my word for it, but I got to tell you, this is quicker than my gasoline edition. Of course, this is a front-wheel drive, so you got a transverse-mounted engine on here. This is your gas side, 1.8 liter, 16-valve gasoline, 138 horsepower, connected to a CVT automatic transmission. The gas engine and the automatic transmission, they have a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty with no deductible. So no deductible, $560 on the powertrain. Now when you get over here to this side, then you start to see the mechanicals for the hybrid system, the electric motors. So the motors are here on this side for the front wheel drive. As I said, they make it in an all-wheel drive, but this is your front wheel drive. The first warranty is the mechanical warranty on the hybrid system. The mechanical warranty on the hybrid system is going to be 8-year, 100,000 miles against manufacturer defects on the mechanics of the hybrid system. And then there's a separate warranty covering the hybrid battery. That's actually 10 years, 150,000 miles. So even better warranty on that hybrid battery. Of course, even though it's a hybrid, all Toyotas get Toyota Care included, and that provides you with basic maintenance for the first 2 years, 25,000 miles. So you're going to get your oil changes, you're going to get fluid top-offs, tire rotations, and roadside assistance included for 2 years, 25,000 miles, no additional cost. So really great warranty program on a phenomenal car. Of course, everybody knows the quality of a Corolla. So let's go ahead and dive inside and check out the interior. So when equipped with the smart keyless entry system, I don't have to take my keys out of my pocket. I can just leave them in my pocket. When I walk up and I grab the door handle, it automatically unlocks and illuminates the interior lights. So it's really quick and easy to jump in. It's a nice, safe way to go about it. Now this one does have the light gray interior, so the upper door panel is really, really light gray. Might even say it looks a little bit white. So it's a high touch area, might pick up fingerprints. Personally, I like the lighter interior. Not necessarily on the dashboard. You can see it's really a light gray, but I like the gray seats, the light gray seats. And the reason I like them is it makes the interior of the car feel bigger with the lighter colors inside. Now it does show the dirt more on these. Doesn't mean it gets dirtier, it just shows the dirt more. So your black seats, which are an option, obviously are going to get just as dirty, you're just not going to see it. Now on the door itself, we've got a silver door handle, some silver trim here, a padded armrest, and then it's interesting, there's actually a red stitching in here as well, so just a little bit of a detail there. Backlit switch on the driver's window only, and then one touch up and down on the other switches. Power door locks and power mirror controls are here. There's a speaker down here in the arm or in the door, and then there's a bottle holder right there as well, and a small pocket on the door as well. Now take a look at the driver's seat. It does not have power controls. You need to go to the XSE edition and get the power driver's seat. Of course, it does slide back and forth. Also has a power a recliner here, or I'm sorry, height adjustment, so you can actually raise and lower the seat base, and then your recliner, and your airbags built right in the seat, so the airbags move with you when you move the seats forward. And as I said, this is the light gray interior. It kind of has this very subtle pattern in there with a gray racing stripe. And then we have a height adjustable headrest, and we have height adjustable seat belts as well on here. Notice the seat belts are black, not gray like the seats themselves. Up on the dashboard, there's four vents like this with silver trim around there, up, down, left, and right. No on and off switches other than just completely closing them off like that. Light gray here. Just a couple switches down on the dashboard. So this is your dimmer switch for your dash lights. This is your on and off switch for the automatic high beams. Traction control on and off. And then on the 24, the gas door release is right here. The gas door release actually used to be down here next to the trunk release, but they've added the switch up here. And then we have a tilt control there. That's also a telescoping steering wheel. Hood release down here. Of course, your footrest, brake, and accelerator right where you'd expect them. Behind the wheel of the Corolla, for the front passenger, front driver, there's actually quite a bit of room in here. Nice leg room, head room, shoulder room. This one does not have the sunroof, which is an option. So you do pick up a little bit of extra headroom. If you're a tall person, you might want to forego the sunroof to get that extra headroom. As far as leg room goes, I've got the seat all the way back, and you can see I couldn't drive the car like this. My legs aren't long enough. But if you're maybe a 6-footer, you're going to be pretty comfortable. Especially, I recommend go without the sunroof, and you'll be fine. The steering wheel's leather wrapped, so super comfortable, padded. This is electric power steering as well. There's an airbag in here, more of that silver trim on the steering wheel, similar to what we saw over here on the driver's door. Right hand side, we've got our cruise control settings. Sound system settings are here. Over on the left hand side, we've got our information center controls, which is going to be up here. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. And then we've got some controls for our Bluetooth connectivity on our smartphone, voice activation, and we can raise and lower the volume on the sound system right there as well. Over on this side are our wiper controls. We do have intermittent wipers for the front. And then over on this side is our headlight controls, and we do have the auto on and off here as well. This also has automatic high beams set up as well. So if you hit the switch down on the dashboard here and then move this, click this forward, it'll automatically switch between high and low beams depending on oncoming traffic or if you're following somebody. So let's go ahead and take a look at the gauge cluster. So 22 is the model that I have, and it had a little bit different gauge cluster. It actually had some silver bezels around the gauges. So I think in my opinion, they cheapened it up a little bit by removing those bezels, and they were cosmetic, but they look nice. But it really is a black background with the white lettering on the gauges as well. Let's go ahead and start it up, and we'll see what it looks like. Push button start, part of the smart keyless entry system. So foot on the brakes, and then we'll go ahead and fire this up. Okay, Now, the system decides on its own whether to start the gas engine or not. So right now it's just an electric, didn't start up anything. You can see on the left side we've got our tachometer and we've got our temperature gauge. There's a trip reset over here as well. And then down the middle, our information center tells us the outside temperature, our battery capacity or level. Also tells us what mode we're in, sport and such. And then if we go ahead and use the controls here on the steering wheel, we can toggle through a variety of information. There's our lane departure, blind spot monitoring, pre-collision, pedestrian, and then our rear cross traffic alert. So this has all the top of the line safety features that Toyota offers. And then on the right hand side is our speedometer and our fuel gauge. And you can see right now I'm in the EV mode. Now if I go ahead and tap on the accelerator, it'll automatically start the engine up. The system didn't see it necessary, so it didn't start it, and the goal obviously is to get the most fuel economy out of it as you can. So up here we've got an 8-inch audio multimedia center. Nice thing is they got rid of a whole bunch of switches, so there's only one dial left, just really simplified and cleaned it up. And now Toyota's making all of their own hardware and software for their vehicles in Texas. So it just is a very much easier setup and a way to go about operating it. A couple things to think about on the audio system. I can't show you everything because this one's not activated for the original owner yet. But of course you have AM, FM, Sirius satellite radio, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Alexa compatible on there. And then finally we have the backup camera as well, which is much larger and more vibrant than it used to be. Pretty good looking camera system on there. So it's easy to see out the back, much easier. And then down below that area there is where we've got our automatic temperature controls. Oh, your 4-ways are here. And then we've got single side temperature controls right here, so we can set up automatic driver side, and that really controls the entire compartment. Front window defrost, rear window defrost, and heated outside mirrors are activated right there. And then down here there's a storage compartment. There's a USB-C plug right here, so you can plug in your stuff. No wireless charging on the SE edition. And then a little bit of a light gray trim here, a super nice gloss trim through here, and then this is going to be our EV on and off and our drive mode. So there's an eco, normal, and a sport on the drive mode. And as far as your shifter goes, it's kind of a rubbery shifter here. It feels nice in the hand, looks nice. The entire center console I think looks pretty nice on these. They did a nice job. Cup holders here. This is slotted out so you can actually put your smartphone in there and stand it up. And then we've got our brake hold and our parking brake controls right here. And then if we go back up here, our armrest also has that red stitching that I talked about earlier. And then there's a very small storage compartment underneath there, but you do have a 12 volt, and there's also a USB-C control or plug there as well. And then as far as the passenger side, passenger seat, similar to what we saw in the driver's seat with a passenger assist grip here. We've got visor extensions. We've got lighted vanity mirrors up here. And then overhead, some overhead lighting. Safety Connect. This is for if you need help out on the road for roadside assistance. You can go ahead and hit that button right there. Toyota will get you the help you need. And then this one's been upgraded with the frameless mirror. It's a $175 option. It's a larger mirror, so it gives you a lot more visibility. And then a little bit of a secret on the back side, there's remotes for your garage door openers. So if you want to program up to 3 different garage door openers, you can do it in there. So I have that on my car, and I'm certainly glad that I ordered it with that. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the sound system has 6 speakers to it. So it's a pretty good sound system. It's not a JBL audio system, but I think for the average consumer, you're going to love it just fine, especially with Apple CarPlay and all of that. Here's a look from the back seat, looking forward, give you an overall perspective of the Corolla. So drawing back, there is an overhead dome light right here, LED. And then down on the center console, we've got 2 USB ports. Those are backlit, kind of a pale blue, so you can see them at night. Notice there's no pockets on the backs of the seats here, on either one. And here's a quick look at the leg room, or the knee room. I've got this front seat all the way back, so I could sit back here as a shorter person and take a long trip, no problem, but I don't think you're going to put a 6-footer behind a 6-footer in the Corolla, at least not for very long rides. The seats back here are identical to what we saw up front, the pattern and such. There are 3 seat belts. We've got child safety anchors down there, little passenger assist handle, little coat hook up here, and then we do have a folding armrest that comes down, 2 cup holders. You can bring that up, and now you've got room for 3 in the back. I think it's kind of tight for 3 adults for very long trips. It might work okay for an Uber car, but 3 children should be no problem. And then these back seats fold down. Unfortunately, the releases for them are way up here. I don't know why they don't put releases in the trunk. I wish they did. It'd be way more convenient. Also notice that the headrests they're not adjustable up and down. So when I bring the seat forward, if that front seat's not far enough ahead, I'm not going to be able to put the seat down without really just forcing it like I did just then. And then that does give you access into the trunk, but I almost think the design with the headrest makes it really difficult to bring that seat up and down. So in the back seat, I think it's pretty adequate for, like I say, 2 adults and 3 kids, but it is pretty comfortable back here. Let's take a look at the trunk. So take a look at the trunk. I want to point out the deck lid here. When it opens up pretty nice and out of your way, so hopefully you won't bonk your head on the deck lid. The other thing is it is insulated here to reduce road noise. There's an emergency release handle, glow in the dark, if somebody gets stuck in the trunk. And then as far as loading, it's got a nice low liftover height with a little bit of a sill protector here. The floor itself is relatively flat. It's cut out on both sides, so if you need to put golf clubs in here without folding the seats down, I think you'll be good for that. There's a cargo light up underneath there. And then you can see I've got 60% of the seat folded down. Of course, you can fold down the 40% for 100% as well. And then as far as your spare tire, you'll notice there is no spare tire. So you get a fix-a-flat kit, so you can fix your flat and hit the road running. And then one of the reasons is if it's an all-wheel drive on the hybrid, then you're going to have some electrical power back there. But you can see if you really want a spare tire, full-size spare, the secure piece is down there. If you wanted it, you could do that. But it does come with this high-density foam. You'd have to buy your own spare tire and put it in there. But I do like the fact that there's some storage down in there as well. Notice there's no jack in here for your spare tire either. So if you are getting a full-size spare, you go to the parts department, buy one. Make sure you pick up a jack in the toolkit as well. Otherwise, no spare, just a fix-a-flat on the Corolla Hybrid. So that's a quick overview of the 24 Corolla SE Hybrid Edition. Again, the color on this one is Ruby Flare Pearl. Extra charge for $425. Really a great looking car in this color. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the video. Otherwise, this is Tony here at Smart Toyota. Thanks for watching.